Morning, everyone. At approximately 1:30 this morning, Buffalo Fire responded to a second alarm fire on the 200 block of Shirley Avenue on the city's east side. Upon arrival, First Thing companies encountered a single-family home with the first floor fully engulfed and heavy smoke and fire conditions throughout the structure. Search and rescue operations were immediately initiated by first arriving companies, Engine 23, Engine 34, Ladder 7, and Rescue 1, resulting in the locating and extraction of 5 fire victims. Tragically, 26-year-old female was pronounced dead at the scene after being removed from the structure. 2 of the younger victims, a 4-year-old girl and an 8-year-old boy, were administered CPR at the scene and en route to Erie County Medical Center. Tragically, the 4-year-old girl passed away shortly thereafter at ECMC after several valiant attempts by hospital staff. The 8-year-old boy remains in critical condition at Children's Hospital with burns over 80% of his body. The parents of both children were both treated for smoke inhalation at ECMC. The father was treated and released. The mother is currently being intubated and being treated for smoke inhalation and under observation. That's all I have at this time. Thank you.
Any idea, sir, any idea how this might have started?
The fire is currently under investigation, although I can tell you it looks like it is not under, it's not under suspicion. Okay, so it's not of suspicious origins at this time.
Was there a working smoke detector in the home?
There's, from what we have not confirmed it yet, but from what I've been told, there was a working smoke detector, and that's what alerted the father, who then gathered up the family and attempted to leave the home.
There was somebody on the porch when firefighters arrived. Was that the individual that called 911?
On the porch was, on the upper porch, were the mother and the father, who made it out the second floor window. All of the victims were on the second floor of the home.
And then from there, they all went into the bedroom, because there were 4 in the bedroom, correct?
The two young children were rescued from the rear bedroom on the second floor.
Can you talk about the fire conditions when your crews arrived on the scene?
Like most fires, it really very high heat conditions, very low visibility. The first floor was fully engulfed and extended to the second floor, where was actually where the bedrooms were located.
You mentioned that the father had gathered up some of the fire victims and got them out.
Yes.
Did he attempt to go back inside?
He actually gathered it up before he left the home. What happened was, according to fire investigators who interviewed him, he was woken by the smoke detectors. He gathered up his family while they were exiting the structure. The power went out and the lights went out, and that's when he lost control of his family. So that's the statement he made to our fire investigators. And he was attempting to get the whole family out of that second-story window, but unfortunately they didn't make it.
Commissioner, is this a single-family home, or were multiple people? Were there several units?
No, it's a single-family home. It was a family unit. The 26-year-old female who passed away was the aunt of the younger children, and she was actually visiting at the time.
Do you know if they rented or owned that home?
I have to get back to you on that. I do not know.
There was a body on the front lawn for about 10 to 15 minutes during the entire process of getting the fire out. What's the protocol typically for something like that?
Typically, and we actually had this discussion earlier, typically we secured the scene in an instance like that where someone is pronounced dead. We didn't actually pronounce them dead, but they were obviously dead. And secured the scene for the medical examiner, whether it's inside the structure or outside the structure.
Can you talk about the emotional element to this? We're just a couple days before Christmas for not only this community, but for your crew having to go in and deal with not only this tragic loss, but specifically kids are involved here.
Yes, it's a very emotional time, and even some of the police officers who were at the scene, some of our younger firefighters who were at the scene who haven't experienced this yet, or to a lesser extent than some of our veterans. Yeah, several of them are having a really hard time with it.
Well, how are you holding up?
Well, I feel the same way. Obviously, it's a tragic event, so I have some real hard feelings about it myself. But I've been around for a while. Like my deputies have been around for a while. We have a lot of veterans on the force, so we've seen this before. As tragic as it is, so.
Couple more questions.
Did you say the fire began on the first floor? Do you know that yet, or?
It's currently under investigation.
Can't say.
Yeah.
What are the ages of exactly everybody that was involved?
Yeah,
We'll discuss later on.
Yeah.
One more.
How many people were in? So more people in the house than the people that were pulled out by firefighters?
No, there were five. There were 5 people in the house, and all 5 were rescued.
By firefighters.
By firefighters, yes.
No. The
No,
woman
no.
says she. Nicole Levy lived next door.
Pardon me?
Name sounds familiar. Nicole Levy lived next door. She said she was inside when the fire started.
No, to my knowledge, no one aside from the family was inside the home.
Did the structure of the home help or hurt your efforts in trying to get these individuals out?
The single-family home, like I said, the first floor was fully engulfed, so all the rescue attempts were made on the second floor where the living space was. So, aside from putting ladders up to the second floor, but there was also an interior attack as well. So, we didn't encounter any difficulties other than normal fire conditions.